Hello everyone and welcome to my balcony garden. In today's video I am planting out my peas, which I started off indoors back in early February for an early start. I'm planting them into this outdoor container and I'm going to show you how I do it. I started my peas off in this old bedding plant container. I had them sat on my windowsill for a few weeks and then I moved them outside to my DIY mini greenhouse because I wanted to slowly get them used to the outdoor conditions, which is basically called hardening off. I did this with my onions as well. Hardening off is basically getting your seedlings that have begun their lives indoors or undercover, getting them used to the outdoor conditions. So you expose them to the weather for a few hours and then gradually build it up until they are outside entirely. So I prepared my pot. This pot is around 30 centimeters in diameter. It's about 30 centimeters deep as well. It has a hole, a drainage hole, very important. And I filled it with multi-purpose compost, a nice quality, free draining, peat-free compost. And I've also mixed in a few hand trowelfuls of organic matter. I just wanted to mention also this shape of pot is really good for any plant that you're growing in containers that you'll need to stake. Because the top and the bottom are relatively the same diameter, you can put the stakes in easier. They go right down to the bottom and they're much more stable. So let's put those stakes in. I'm using 5 for this pot. It's a good size. I've got around 18 pea plants. I use these stakes every year. I've no idea where I got them from, but they do have these little grooves on them that allow the peas to cling to them more easily. I also have bamboo sticks. I've used them in the past. Can't find them though, no idea where they are, but they also work. So I'm going to push them into the bottom of the pot. And then just secure them into the soil. Once they're all in, I'm going to secure them at the top. You can use twine. I'm using this plastic coated binding wire, apparently that's what it's called, to create a kind of teepee shape support. The pot is now prepared, so it's time to get the peas out of their modules. Like my onions, which I showed in last week's video, I am quite embarrassed to show you the state of my peas. I've been really busy recently and I haven't been able to plant my peas out early enough. They have been far too long in their modules and I just know that they are all pot bound. So I'm just going to slide them out of the containers, remove any moss. Oh, the shame. And you can see the poor roots of these seedlings, how they've all gathered at the bottom. But never fear, peas are tough, especially this variety. This is Kelvin and Wonder. So I'm going to separate each seedling from each other, separate the roots as gently as possible and keep as much roots intact as possible. I've separated all of my peas. I have 18 and it's time to plant them. So I'm going to be planting them roughly 3 of them around each stake towards the edge of the container. This is going to allow them to receive a lot of light. I'm also going to be rotating this pot regularly so all the peas receive some sunlight. So my peas are now in. I am going to tie them at a later date to the stakes, but I'm already leaning them onto these stakes and they're already going to start climbing. When you do tie them though, it does give them that extra support and it guides them to climb up a certain stake, which means there's going to be more space all around for the others. Only thing left to do is to give them a lovely big drink. I'm placing them in a sunny but sheltered position in my balcony. Peas can grow in shadier areas, but they won't be as sweet, so if you can, put them in a sunny area. I'm going to keep the soil moist but never saturated, and hopefully in around 7 to 9 weeks I can start harvesting my peas. So that is how I transplant my poor neglected peas into their outdoor container. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did and you'd like to support the channel, subscribe. I hope you're all staying safe and well and having a wonderful spring. I send you all my good wishes and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.